Hello, my name is Max Strauss with ProInterviews.org. I'd like to welcome you to the interview with Leonard Weaver. Leonard Weaver played college football at Carson-Newman from 2001 to 2004. He then went undrafted in the 2005 NFL Draft. But he signed with the Seattle Seahawks and played with them from 2005 to 2008. After that, he signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, and in 2009, he was an Associated Press All-Pro and Pro Bowl selection. Let's welcome him. So why do you really use Twitter? And do you connect to your fans any other ways?
Yeah, I'm pretty personable. I love interacting with my fans on a personal level. I do Twitter because I do want to interact with my fans. They're not just fans here in Philly, but they're fans across the country. And what better way to connect with them and allow them to be able to connect back with you than having a conversation on Twitter, which isn't expensive. It's not cost-effective. It's not costly. And it's a good way for you to, for fans to be in tune with their favorite athletes and or teams or companies, and a good way to interact with each other.
Did you play any other sports in high school?
Yeah, I actually did. I participated in baseball. I also ran track, and I did more basketball.
Do you have a favorite memory from any one of those sports?
Yes. Football, definitely against a rivalry school to get us into the playoffs. That was in 2000, I believe. Baseball, I almost pitched my first no-hitter ever. So that was probably a great memory. The discus, winning a discus for my high school in their district championship. So that was pretty sweet.
And what about basketball?
I would have to say just hitting the game-winning shot. And having the crowd come out of the stands to greet you. So that was pretty sweet.
The transition from high school to college, what was that really like?
It was a tad bit different. It was, the responsibility aspect of things, was really, the hardest part.
What's your favorite memory from Carson-Newman?
Oh, man, I would have to say, it'd have to be football memory. My first time actually being on a winning team and going to the playoffs. And that was in 2002. And I led the team in receptions as well as helped us get to the playoffs. So that was probably a great memory.
So what's the most important thing that you learned at Carson-Newman that helped you in the NFL?
I would have to say, from a football standpoint, just hard work. You can never be replaced. Hard work always brings about success. Cutting corners doesn't necessarily help you at all. They actually hurt you in the long run. I would have to say, from a student standpoint, responsibility, character, how to carry yourself throughout your lifetime while you're there, and really teaching you how to grow up and mature to be a young man. So it was really a very interesting part of my life.
Did you have a best friend at Carson-Newman on the football team?
I really didn't have any bestest friends that were on the football team. I had a lot of good friends. My best friends were football players. They were actually, one was a track star. His name is Jonathan Gaines, and the other one is Donnie Davis.
Did you do anything funny with them in college?
Yeah, man. I remember one night we had a dance-off in my apartment, bro. We were killing it. There's three of us, man. We invited a couple other friends over, and we had a dance-off. And, who you think won? Held up.
What was your whole draft experience like?
Well, it wasn't really the draft experience. I wasn't drafted. I didn't get that opportunity. But in terms of just being thought of having an opportunity to go to the NFL, was all I wanted. I just wanted a chance and an opportunity to get to the door. And God opened the door for me and allowed me to walk through. And I tell you what, I had to turn back soon. So I thank God for that.
Were you contacted by any teams like during the draft and stuff saying if you're available after, we'd like to pick you up?
Yeah, I was contacted by the San Diego Chargers as well as the
speaking of being undrafted and everything, what was your first training camp with the Seattle Seahawks really like?
It was deadly. I wanted to go home. It was really tough mentally. I would have to say the mental grind that you have to endure as an NFL player, the pressure of everyday surviving, the grid of the coaches yelling at you, and the pressure of making the team and competing and not making mistakes. It was very difficult, but I learned a lot. It taught me a lot of things about myself as a person, and it turned out good.
What was your favorite memory with the Seahawks?
I would have to say going to the Super Bowl, 2005, being a part of that team with Sean Alexander, Max Strong, being around Coach Holmgren. I would have to say that opportunity to go to Detroit and actually be a part of the Super Bowl was probably one of the most amazing moments of my life.
All right. What was it like to be on the Seahawks and then have another opportunity to take your careers elsewhere? And why'd you take it to Philadelphia?
Well, I had a great career in Seattle. It was really a very helpful direction for me to actually go there and be a part of it. But the reason why I picked Philly is because Coach Holmgren and Coach Andy Reid, of course, have a brotherhood going on in the sense of Andy Reid came from under Mike. They run the same exact offense pretty much. I felt like for me to come in and be effective, I need to go a place where I can come in and contribute right away and not have to worry about the playbook as much. And I feel it's the right place for me.
Last year, you were phenomenal with the Eagles. You were All-Pro and Pro Bowl. What was that like to be nominated for that?
That was unbelievable, man. It's really words you can't really speak of. Can't even find the words that describe how I felt. Last year was just a phenomenal year all around. It was a blessing year. We were rewarded with it as well. God just really blessed me, man. It was an unspeakable year. I mean, I couldn't even speak words on it. It was just phenomenal, man. It was a great blessing. And I just thank God for the opportunity and allowing the coach to trust in me and my teammates as well. So it was cool.
What was the Pro Bowl like when you attended that?
It was good, man. It was down in Miami, Florida. So, a lot of my family, I think about 50 members came. That was a great experience with them. It was easy because a lot of them lived there. It was unbelievable to be around a lot of the players that you've seen play growing up and that you've watched while you were in college, and now you're competing and you're among the best of the best considered in this business. I think it was a phenomenal thing, and I enjoyed myself very much.
After that, you were signed with the Eagles again, and you became the highest paid fullback in NFL history. What was that like?
That was unbelievable, man. I couldn't believe it. You work in this business to achieve the maximum, pay that you can at your position and as a player, and to be rewarded with a contract like that, regardless of the organization, and how they felt about me. And I thank God, man, because I felt like that. And to be able to say that to my kids one day that your dad was or is the highest paid fullback to ever play the game, I think that says a lot, man. And it was a great blessing.
Do you have a favorite memory with the Eagles so far?
You know what? Yeah, I do. I want to say my first touchdown as an Eagle.
What play was that again?
It was a pass from Donovan against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week 2. And I took it up the sideline about 20 yards and scored. And the fans really received me. And it was almost one of those things where the fans were like, whew, man, he can do that better than what we thought. So it was actually a blessing. It was really exciting.
Like, looking back at your career as a whole, who was the person that had, like, the most impact on your career?
Mitchell. For the Washington Redskins last year with Jim Zorn, who's head coach down, I believe, college in Louisiana. I can't remember the name of it, but Stump Mitchell has had the greatest impact on my career. As a matter of why I am the player that I am today with everything he taught me, and it was awesome.
So, do you have a nickname?
Yes, I do. They call me Bishop because of the ministry that God has given me. I basically go around and
What's something that what's a memory of that changed your life for better or worse?
You know what, I would have to say this injury that I'm going through right now. You know, I would have to say that it's been life-changing, life-altering in the sense of, you know, it's making me appreciate the fact that I do have limbs and arms and legs that work, and I should be pretty thankful for them.
If you could describe yourself as any ice cream flavor, what would you be and why?
I don't know about that one. Wow, I would have to say, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess just chocolate, you know, just because, I don't know. It's not, I don't know. I never even thought about it like that. I'd have to say peanut butter. Peanut butter, because it goes with anything. Apples, celery, it doesn't matter what it is. Peanut butter goes with everything.
So, what's the Leonard Weaver Foundation?
The Leonard Weaver Foundation is a foundation that is geared towards mentoring young youth, not only in the urban communities, but in communities across the country, to better themselves as youth and to give them opportunities to succeed in life. We also are a foundation who are really big advocates of promoting and bringing awareness to diabetes and how serious this disease has become. And that's generally what the Leonard Weaver Family Foundation is about.
What was the best memory from a charity event?
I would probably have to say when we did Playing with the Pros, the players came out, we had the Wii. The fans got a chance to compete against their favorite players. In any video game that they could possibly think of. And I think that was real cool. It was very fun to see the fans come out and be able to interact and see the players come out and help.
Did you beat anyone in video games?
No, I actually didn't participate. I was doing more of the walk around, making sure everybody's all right, kind of just managing and making sure everybody was good and comfortable.
So, what's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is the one that I quote: "Hard work, dedication, and sacrifice equals success." And I truly believe that.
For someone who wants to play in the NFL, what's the best advice you can give?
Wow. The best advice I would give them is to understand this. To reach your goal, you have to definitely work hard. But I think more so than that, to get to the NFL, you have to understand that there's a select group of people that play this game and who participate in this league. And in order for you to come in and take a position, you have to stay focused and determined. And can't allow the numbers or the games that this league presents to you to stop you or get you off track of what you want to do in life. So basically, don't allow the NFL or your goal to be tarnished or damaged just because things don't work out right away.
Is there anything you want to tell Eagles fans that I haven't talked to you about?
No, not really. I think the Eagle Nation knows what I'm about. They know who I am. And I don't really have to say much because they know I love them to death, so I'm good.
Thank you so much, Leonard.
All right, well, make sure you have a great day, man, and finish up strong.
Thank you so much for listening to the interview with Leonard Weaver on prointerviews.org. Make sure to check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/prointerviews and follow me on Twitter for more updates when future interviews will come out on twitter.com/prointerviews. Thanks again for listening. I hope you enjoyed this one.